And we are in one of the last shows of the year for Kingdom's Evolution. So the title of the show is The Fallacy. And the show is going to be directed towards ladies. And I've done the show, not this specific title, but I want to delve deeper into the fallacy of power. And it's not just women, it's mankind. And I kind of want women to understand the faux argument that is being used by pro-abortion forces, and it's about to destroy their world, our world. It's going to destroy our world. And I want to make it as clear as I can that what we're about to battle, the battle that we're in, we need women. We need Christian women. We need Jewish women. We need Hindi women. We need women that don't want to be ruled brutally by man. Because there's a storm coming. The storm's here. And the storm is the worshipers of Baal. And the brutality of the world that's coming is going to destroy the world that is, unless we battle it successfully. And I think of my parents' generation, and they were sold the fallacy, right? Choice, the fallacy of choice. And it seemed at the time they sold it on empathy, on, empathy for women who used coat hangers to end their pregnancies, that was the tragedy beyond tragedy. Not the baby that died, but the women that got sick and died because in their minds, in their spirits, they didn't feel like having creating a human life, creating an image of God was something that was in their interest, in their self-interest. So they carved up their own body to end another human life. And they used that empathy to convince a majority of people that being able the power to end a human life was a choice. A choice that could be made. A choice that could be made by women. Instead of it being murder of the baby, it was a choice. And women should be able to make it. And it's a fallacy. It's a 100% fallacy. So this is a long leap of logic. I shouldn't say a long leap of logic. It's a long leap of thought process to get from where so many women are to where we need them to be to win this spiritual war. And as someone who was part of that fallacy, who didn't understand the fallacy, maybe I can bring some reason to discussion, some way of logic that some of the people I grew up with might understand, that their logic, their reasoning is a fallacy. So we're going to try. And I was right there with you. But over the years, I've just come to realize that 100% a fallacy. It's mankind has no more right to end the life of a baby than Muslims do to end the life of Christians. But it's the same fallacy. It's the same thought process. It's the same thought process that allows Muslims to rape non-Muslim women. It's the same fallacy that allows Muslims to marry 10-year-old girls and have sex with them. It's a fallacy. And the fallacy is that mankind, that man, for whatever reason, strength, law, that mankind has some sort of overreach, that womankind has some overreach of authority, that they can take life and death into their own hands. Society, society has a right to take life and death into its own hands. It does. It does. Society does. Trump has a right to take life and death into consideration when blowing up drug dealers. Society has a choice. We elected Trump to protect us, and he has a right for those that want to kill us to kill them first. Absolute 100% responsibility to save lives and do what our commander-in-chief is elected to do. That's not a fallacy. That's a fact. Societies have a right to protect themselves, and the citizens therein the society. We have a right to a border. We have a right to deport illegal aliens that broke our laws by coming here. We have a right to lock up violent felons, rapists, and murderers. It's not a fallacy. It's a societal right. And I went back and I looked at what Lincoln did with the suspension of habeas corpus during the Civil War. He had that right. He had a responsibility. He had that right as commander-in-chief, and he used it. And to me right now, not off the subject a little bit, but to me right now, Trump has that right as well, because we are in civil war. The question becomes which side of the Civil War you're on. So let's look at one side of the Civil War. One side of the Civil War are Christians that actually believe God became man, died, went to heaven, walked on the earth again for 40 days, and people have died miserable deaths for the knowledge of God, for the knowledge of Jesus, for the love that God has for us. They have suffered and died. Not killed, not raped, not taken over, not deceived, but willingly died because they would not deny the Christ. God, on multiple occasions, has saved his followers. God, before the Son of Man came, saved Jewish people. I just read I think it was the book of Daniel, where God actually saved 3 people from King Nabuscur, saved 3 Jews from a furnace because they refused to not believe in God. We've got to walk into that furnace right now, guys, girls. We've got to walk into that furnace and know that our God loves us. We do. We've got to walk into that furnace because that furnace is on fire. And we've got to know that we have a loving God that defeated death for us. And whatever you think your power is to kill a child, an image of God, you do not have that right. You do not have that power. Mankind does not have that power. It is not a societal power to kill a baby. It's just not a societal power. It's a godly power. It's a God power. And at some point in time, we've got to come to the conclusion, as children of God, as children of a loving God, that images of God are blessings. Whether you think they're going to fit into your lifestyle, whether you think they're going to hurt your body, that these children are images of the creator of the universe, and only that creator has the right to spin the thread for that baby. Only the creator does. You don't have it. I don't have it. The society doesn't have it. Society doesn't have the right to spin the thread of a baby that's done nothing wrong. Society doesn't need to be protected from babies. So where do we go? Where do we go with this fallacy that has been ingrained in women and men over the last, since Roe versus Wade, 60 plus years. They ingrained this fallacy that women have a right to kill a baby. And one of the arguments is that as long as it's just a clump of cells, it's like, okay, well, it's a clump of cells that if you don't kill the clump of cells is a baby. So it's a baby. It's a baby. Terminating a clump of cells is still killing a baby. It's a baby. You know, it's like when you pull a seed out of the ground that's sprouted, you're still killing the plant. You're still killing it. You know, you're not. Let's not pretend. Let's not lie to each other. Let's not call it different things and try to confuse the choice of power. So women don't want, because the choice to kill a baby is power, right? If a woman has a choice to kill your baby, she has a power. And women, you know this because you like that power. You like the women like that power because when they get pregnant, they have the choice. Who chooses whether or not the baby lives or dies? The woman does, right? So not only is it's not the man's choice of whether or not he's going to support the baby, because there are laws written that say the man is responsible for that baby. And I don't know about every state. I don't know the actual laws of every state of what the responsibility is of the man to care for that baby financially. But I believe there's laws in every state that the father of a child is economically responsible for that child. And the woman is physically responsible and economically too, because obviously once a woman has a child, she's responsible for caring for it. So economically, personally, physically, can't take drugs, can't try to kill a baby through drugs or crazy things like that. So there's an unwritten rule. It's not a fallacy, unwritten rule, and it's oftentimes written in laws in all the states that pregnant women and the father of the child are responsible for the child. So our media has ingrained in us the free love, free sex, that these things are free, and the responsibility lies on abortion control, pregnancy control pills, birth control pills, to take that, stop the image of God from being created so that we don't have to deal with this fallacy. But just in case everything fails, or drunkenness or whatever, a baby is created, that baby is a child of God. And the fallacy is that after that point in time, somebody on this earth, in this earth, on this earth, still has a choice of life or death over that baby. And that is a fallacy. It's a fallacy. Physically, we have the ability to kill. We do. Mankind arguably has always had the ability to kill a baby. Spartans used to kill babies after they were born by leaving them out in the cold and starving them to death because they had a deformity or because for whatever reason. And I'm sure other before the Spartans, and that was before Jesus Christ, other communities or tribes or whatever you want to call them, societies, have been willing to kill a child or let a child die after it was born, thinking that it was in the society's interest. But after Jesus Christ, after God became man and showed us truly that we are the image of God, that structure was destroyed. That fallacy that man had the power of killing a baby was destroyed. So now we come to the choice that lays in front of us between the life and death of America, which we're in the throes of it right now. We are since OPEC and the transfer of wealth from America to Muslim nations has begun, and the usurpation of our freedom and our Christian heritage has been being destroyed by oil dollars from OPEC from the Middle East. Here we are. The OPEC dollars brought in the Muslims from all over the world with the media. Just brought them in. Muslims that hate us, that want to kill us because killing is power, right? And what women think is their right to kill a baby, Muslims think is their right to kill a non-believer. So ladies, if you're not a Muslim, Muslims think they have a right to kill you for not believing. Just like you think you have a right for killing a baby, Muslims think they have a right to kill you for being a non-believer. They don't see you as an image of God. They see you as a non-believer. And not only do they think they have the right to kill you, guess what else they think they have the right to do before they kill you? Rape you. And if you think this is some old, that's Islam 1,600 years ago or 1,400 years ago or 1,500 years ago, well, they do it all the time. They just did it with the Yazidi girls. ISIS just did it with the Yazidi girls. Burned them alive in cages because they wouldn't convert to Islam. Why do you think they did that? Do you think they did it before or after they raped them? What do you think? So, this is a plea. The fallacy is, you think I'm your enemy. I'm not your enemy. I am not your enemy. I love you. I love you dearly. I want you to know eternal joy in the light of God. I want you to believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. I do. I absolutely 100% want you to believe in Jesus Christ as Son of Man, Son of God, God of God, living God, loving God. 100%. 100%. Want you to know that Mary, Mary was very young, unwed, scared to death, and she was pregnant. And she brought forth a child that changed all of our destinies forever. Because those of us that believe in Jesus Christ and know Jesus Christ will live forever. We will meet our parents in heaven. We will know eternal joy. We will know eternal light. We will dance. We will dance. We will play. We will be in love. We will talk amongst us. We will have brilliant conversations about fun, beautiful things. We'll get to meet all the other Christians throughout the beginning of time, from when Jesus and even people that weren't Christian but believed in God, like Elijah and Moses. We'll get to meet them. We'll get to talk to them. We'll get to feel their Holy Spirit. We'll get to know their star, because we'll have all eternity to meet these wonderful people and share the joy and the light of God. We want that for you. We want that for you. And if you don't want it, if that's not your choice, we don't want it to be anybody to be able to rape you. We don't want anybody to be able to murder you. We don't want anybody to kill you for not believing in Jesus Christ. But we need you on our side. The battle that we have is against people that want to kill you, that want to rape you. That is the battle. And if you side against me, if you attack me for telling you that the fallacy of you having the ability to kill a baby is wrong and against God, and you think I'm the enemy for that, you attack me for that, and you side with the barbarians that not just want the right to kill babies, but want the right to kill you and to kill me, and you side with them over me, it makes our fight, our spiritual warfare, our spiritual battle very difficult to win. And if we lose the spiritual battle, if the Christians lose it, if the Jews lose it, if we lose our spiritual battle against the servants of Baal, the ones that want to kill us, enslave our children, marry girls at 10 years old because their prophet did, and have sex with him. I think it was 9. If you think that's the world you want, you just don't understand that world. Go to a playground. Look at a 9-year-old girl. That's who their prophet married and had sex with. He married 50-year-old Muhammad, married a 6-year-old girl and had sex with her at 9. Ask a Muslim if it's okay to have sex with a 9-year-old girl. You won't like the answer. You won't like the answer. But what do I say? What do we say to you to get you to not be our enemy? Because we don't want you to be our enemy. But we want you to understand that the fallacy of, and by the way, and just P.S., by the way, abortion in Saudi Arabia, just as restrictive as the most restrictive state in America. You think men that are willing to rape and kill you are going to let you decide whether or not you have a baby? You think that's how that society is going to go down? No. Look up the abortion laws in Saudi Arabia. They're as restrictive as any the strictest state in the U.S. So you're going to win nothing. You're going to lose everything and win nothing for this fallacy. I am begging you, let go of this fallacy. Join the Christian and Jewish men that believe in love, believe in life, believe in freedom. Join us in this spiritual battle against Baal. We need you not just to have our back. We need you to be side by side with us in this battle. This is not a battle that we can use if you join the other side. It's not a battle we can win, because we fight for you. We fight We fight for the love of our women. And if our women are telling us that the only thing they care about is the fallacy, that they have the power and the right to kill the image of God, we're going to lose. We are going to lose. And when we lose, I won't be here to see it. I will not be here to see it. But when we lose, you will be. And you know what you're going to see? You're going to see worms that never die and fires that never go out. That's what you're going to see. It's not going to be better. It's not going to be peaceful. There is no peace in Islam. None. None. It is thuggery. It is you think toxic masculinity is bad. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing till you've seen the bedlam that are the servants of Baal when it comes to women. I beg you, I pray you, it's going to be a short show, but we'll do one more segment. But I beg you, I pray for you. Join us. Stop fighting us, and join us in the spiritual battle against the servants of Baal. We need you. And we're going to take a quick break, and then I want to talk about the difference between Democrat and Republican justice, and I want to talk to you about what I think Trump needs to do next. All right, here we go. We're going to crank up the tunes. And since that was such a depressing segment, well, let's do a little Fleetwood Mac. Do you think Fleetwood Mac will ever be allowed in Saudi Arabia or Pakistan or Iran? Do you think they'd allow a woman to get on stage and sing? Not a chance in hell. And that's where women are going to be in America if you don't join us and help us instead of fighting us and attacking us. That's where you're going to be, in hell. Sorry, a living hell in America. Land that of the free, home of the not so brave anymore. So I want to talk to you about two things: the current state of justice in America. A couple of examples: the media. Charlie Kirk versus Briego. That's two examples of justice and the media. Charlie Kirk, the bad guy, who just wants to let people have different opinions so we can argue with him, but he's a racist, fascist, but he's sitting there letting people talk with different opinions, but he's a fascist. He's not condemning people. He only condemns the white. The only person I've ever seen Charlie Kirk condemn outright is a white supremacist. It's the only person I've ever seen tell him to get out of the meeting is a white supremacist. The only person I've seen him get mad at and tell him to leave the meeting was a white supremacist. But Charlie Kirk's a racist. Charlie Kirk's a racist, right? Bullshit. And then you've got Briego, the hero, right? The media hero, forced forced into our country by a judge, gang member, wife beater, and that's who the judge sides with. That's the media and our justice system in blue states today. It's effed up. That's messed up if you think about it. So they killed Charlie Kirk and they let Briego out of jail to go beat his wife some more and maybe bring in some more illegals, sell some more drugs, get another tattoo. But Briego's a good guy. He's the victim, and Charlie Kirk is the bad guy that got what he deserved. Do you not see how effed up that is? In any world, in any reason, in any logic, that is messed up. Justice. Tina Peters in Colorado, right? First, let's go with Anthony Fauci. So Tina Peters has been in jail. She's like a 70-year-old grandmother. Has been in jail because she saw irregularities in the voting in Colorado, and they want to lock her up basically for the rest of her life. She's in prison. Trump pardoned her. They won't let her out. Colorado won't let her out even though Trump has pardoned her. So you want to talk about the auto signature that Trump goes back on and says none of these pardons count because Biden didn't even know where he was when he didn't even sign them. So Trump says those aren't worth anything. Colorado won't let somebody that saw voter irregularities out of prison with a Trump pardon. So the justice system that releases Briego, the justice system that releases keeps Tina Peters in lockdown in jail, and yet lets Anthony Fauci, who we now know hid critical details about COVID and the COVID vaccines from parents that had their children injected with this poison. Fauci knew how dangerous it was for children, and yet he didn't stop it and he hid the information. Fauci's a free walking man. They pardoned Fauci with the auto signature. They locked Tina Peters up and won't let her out with a pardon. That's the justice system that is coming your way if we don't stop it. That's the justice system. It does not end well for any of us. It does not. It does not end well. And if you're still voting for Democrats, like in Miami, and the 40% of the people that voted for the Nashville mayor, they bring just bitterness and anger and hatred into our system. And I want to tell you, the solution to this is the same solution that Abraham Lincoln used at the start of the Civil War. Suspend habeas corpus. I know it sounds dramatic. I know it sounds severe. But when 40% of your population is voting in people that will lock up grandmothers for questioning an election and yet release mass murderers that hid critical information from you as you vaxxed your child, and there's 40% of the population, and a lot of them in government power, that will do that, you need to have authority. There has to be authority until we get back to a justice system that is not so screwed up. The only way to do that is through suspension of habeas corpus, military tribunals, and justice, with God being with justice being our U.S. Constitution being the arbiter and justice being humane and Christian versus Islamic and Baal-like, demon-like, Satanite-like, where killing is okay. Killing's not okay. But if you want for killing to be okay, if you want for killing and life sentences in prison for questioning an election, you want that to be okay, vote Democrat. If you want to stop it, you want to stop that form of justice, join me in supporting suspension of habeas corpus, military tribunals, martial law, especially in blue states. Because who's counting the votes? It's not who's voting, it's who's counting the freaking votes. If you are a Baal follower, you should not be allowed to count votes. If you're a communist or a Muslim, you should not be allowed to count votes because you don't believe in our system of freedom. You don't believe that one vote for every person. You don't believe in it. So why should you be allowed to count votes? You're going to cheat. You don't believe in God. You don't believe in truth. You don't believe in the American way. You should not be allowed to count votes. I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to vote, but you should not be allowed to count them. All right, and then I'll leave it on this note. Congratulations to SLU Soccer. Congratulations to SLU Soccer. In 7 days, we play with one of the final four teams. Go SLU. SLU made a huge mistake with the vaccines. I pray for the people that force those vaccines on those students. I pray for the students. Get to nattokinase. It has been called the holy grail of despiking your body. Nattokinase, it's a natural substance. It's a soy byproduct. Been used in Japan for years. You can buy it online for $30. Use it for a month. Use it for however long it makes. If it doesn't hurt you and it's not hurting you, nattokinase. You can check with your doctor. It's a soy byproduct. You can buy it. It's literally a food product. But check with your doctor if you want to check with your doctor. But nattokinase. Get those spike proteins out of your body. Get those spike proteins out of your children's body. All right, everybody. In the Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Dear Lord, let the children of the last 60 years forgive us. In your name, Lord. In your name. Amen. And we will end with, how about